Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here,
And BlueDragonFive.
and tonight we're doing a mini talking Mr. Banks. Oh my god! Woohoo! Can you believe it, Blue Dragon 5? We finally get another reprieve from the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is pretty exciting news. You know, it's not like it's not episode 7 trailer or anything like that, but we got a new trailer for a little movie that we've all been looking forward to. You know, the follow-up to Frozen in Disney's animated lineup, and also the first Disney animated feature to utilize the Marvel license. So very interesting. We got our trailer for Big Hero 6. Now, our first trailer was essentially the character of Baymax.
Yeah, or just Max for short, but yeah, Baymax.
Yeah, the character of Baymax essentially it was him just trying to fit into the suit, right? That was the whole trailer.
It was kind of like an a la The Incredibles type teaser. So
exactly, yeah.
Basically, a guy tries to put on the thing, doesn't get over.
Yeah, so not much learned from that, and so with this trailer, we get a little bit more. You know, we kind of see the world. You know, we kind of see the premise a little bit. So you want to get into it? I'm sure there's some background things with the comic book that we can get into. We definitely see a lot of the characters in just brief split-second moments, and we can kind of tell you a little bit more about who the characters are. You know, just by reading quick summaries. But
Sure. Let me just walk you through things real quick here.
Yeah.
So, something to mention, the Big Hero 6 is based on a comic called Big Hero 6. It's usually called Sunfire and the Big Hero 6. Now, Sunfire, obviously, you'll notice, is missing. Now, it's actually the founders of the team, Sunfire and the Silver Samurai, are the most notable Marvel characters on the team. It's usually a bunch of kind of created for the book characters.
Sure.
The Silver Samurai actually most notable because he was Wolverine's bad guy in the Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's the same Silver Samurai. So, and they couldn't use him because the X-Men had signed on to use him, so they couldn't.
Oh yeah, the big X-Men thing.
But essentially, just what they've said about the making of the film, they're going to kind of give these. They're going to kind of blend what the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of goes for in terms of their storytelling with the Disney form of character relationships. So they said it's basically going to be like a hero's journey as the Marvel Cinematic Universe would do, but with like the relationships mainly between Hero, our main character, who is in this, for all intents and purposes, I presume would be our leader character.
I'm assuming, yeah.
And Baymax. They said that's going to be the main relationship in the film, you know, boy and creation.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, from what you know of the comics, do they emphasize Baymax as much as they seem to be doing in the advertising?
Well, I know the relationship between Baymax and in Hero is much deeper than what they've described for the movie. But
oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, it's kind of a neat idea, and again, I don't know. Now, I just want to say right up front here about just all of our speculation here. Now, again, the background I'm espousing here is just what is in the comics, or at least just generally what I've looked up about how the comics go. But I know
we're not experts by any means.
Essentially, Disney took the method Marvel's doing, ironically enough. Now we're going to take kind of an unknown team. So Marvel went with Guardians of the Galaxy, and Disney went with Big Hero 6.
Yeah, interesting strategy there.
So, I mean, that's interesting. Well, basically, they can kind of go a little more free range on it because not many people know much about these teams.
Can I ask you one thing about this?
Sure.
Does it tie into the cinematic universe at all in any way, shape, or form?
They said no.
No?
So they said it's going to be its own universe. I mean, they could revisit it in future movies, but you know, it's not. It doesn't tie into
So
stuff.
You're saying what they could potentially do is span it off and have its own sort of like animated universe within the Big Hero 6.
Well, what I mean is like we're never going to see any Marvel like our big Marvel characters like Iron Man's never going to appear in this thing.
Okay, that's not. But I'm saying like maybe they could like bring in some of the more obscure characters.
Potentially, yes. Potentially.
And kind of flesh the world out that way.
Yes, because bear in mind, like any character who's appeared in Big Hero 6, I assume is maybe a low notable Marvel character here and there.
Sure.
Might appear because I mean, let's face facts here. We got a city called San Francisco. it's Tokyo mixed with San Francisco, so it's
Right,
it's
yeah.
a
That
little
kind
bit.
of throws out the current cinematic universe right out the window.
So yeah. But I mean, there's always hope. I mean, I doubt we're going to get any notable names. Like, I don't think Black Panther's even going to show up in this thing.
Right, and well, I think Black Panther they're definitely saving for Phase 3.
Actually, I think they're working on bringing him to the screen soon. Actually, from what I hear.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying for like Phase 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Because he is actually a big Avenger on the team.
Oh yes. Oh, most certainly. Yeah.
Let's see.
One thing I did notice is that there isn't a Marvel logo.
Yeah, I did notice.
This is intentional to kind of like, they want this to be billed more as a Disney thing than a Marvel thing.
Well, I'm still unsure of how Marvel's deal with Disney went down, because you would think that at the beginning of our Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor 2, they would have had the Disney logo at the beginning, but apparently the deal somehow was.
Oh yeah, the Disney logo is not in front of the Marvel movies at all.
You have it.
You're right.
You have it at the end, but usually it's like the music companies credited in the Marvel films.
Yeah, you're right.
So regardless, that's kind of odd. So maybe that's just the marketing deal, and that Big Hero 6 can't mention Marvel, and Marvel can't mention Disney.
Oh god, it's so weird.
I know.
And meanwhile, Universal Studios has Marvel characters. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah. Anyway, so these character backgrounds, which ideally fits into what I want to see in the film, is basically 6 superheroes on a team together, and I would love to see in the trailers that each trailer has a different hero showcased, or their powers and abilities showcased.
I'm not sure about a trailer, but I think that could definitely work as a series of TV spots down the line.
Yeah, something like that is what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, with 6 trailers, that's just going to be, like, I'm definitely one of those people where it's like, okay, maybe I'll see one more trailer for this after that, but...
Well, I mean, more so, like, in the vein of The Incredibles thing, that doesn't really tie into the film, which just shows us...
Oh, okay, I see. So it's just, like, little vignettes?
It's like 6 teasers, like 6 teaser vignettes, I guess. Or at least 5 more, I mean.
That would actually be a really good way to market the movie.
Yeah.
And then, like, have no idea what the plot's about, but just be like, okay, these crazy characters are in it.
Essentially making Avengers on a smaller scale, pretty much.
Exactly, yeah.
Through marketing, which would be, in my opinion, a smart move. But
well, we didn't get that, but...
My big hope is that, again, what this trailer presents us with is, our main hero is Baymax. Essentially, he's our main hero. We see a bunch of kids around, so it could have gone, and I think we're just given the background. They've been credited as this, like if you look at a Wikipedia thing, they're comic counterparts. So I could still be wrong on this. It could just be he's our only hero, and the kids help him out. It could be that way, which I think is a little missed opportunity, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Or option B is that everyone is their own hero, they come together. Or option C, which could be they all have their own origins thanks to this guy within the film or something. So I'm hoping for option B, that they're all heroes and they just come together.
Sure.
Like I'm hoping like
do you
want
to start kind of talking about the trailer itself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so still, let's see. As you said, we see San
Francisco.
San Francisco. Okay, yeah, say that 3 times fast.
San Francisco.
Okay. And so, bring us through this conversation with the cop.
It's really fun. I just love hearing like the aura of the cop kind of questioning with the kids. So this is a clever way to do a trailer, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So you were attacked by a man in a kabuki mask, and the kid interrupts and telling him some of the story. Man, and this Mr. Kabuki, and I'm almost certain.
Mr. Kabuki.
And I'm almost certain that's Pete Sohn as this guy. He sounds almost identical to him. Which would make me happy if Pete Sohn was involved in this one. Pixar's storyboard artist. Now he's a co-director with the Good Dinosaur movie coming out.
Oh, okay, nice.
But anyway, so Mr. Kabuki, and essentially we see clips of this bad guy in a Kabuki mask, who I assume I've only seen 2 names that could possibly be villains in like a little cast listing. And those villains are, and again, I have no idea, so bear in mind, I'm shooting blind here. Professor Callahan, voiced by the wonderful James Cromwell. He could be a good guy or a bad guy, I don't know, but this is who I suspect is the bad guy coming up. This it's hard to pronounce his name. A lot of the Japanese.
I believe it's Yokai.
Yeah, it's Yokai. I'm just trying to think of the name is here. Oh yeah, it's
That's what it is. It's yokai.
Yokai. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
All right.
And in Japanese, yokai means spirit or phantom. So yeah, fun fact there. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is yokai fella. He looks like he's basically a guy in a kabuki mask. He uses apparently micro robots to attack people. A swarm of micro robots to attack people.
I love how Hero is so quick to correct him. No, man, not robots, make robots.
Yeah. Isn't it like Melon Yokai or something, or I don't know, or Yokai Robo, or I don't know. I feel bad. Is there any way you can look it up while we're talking?
Who do you want to know?
The villain's full name, or like anything you like. Who voices?
Literally, it's just yokai.
Yokai. Okay. I'll
yokai. Yokai, the silent masked man behind the that strikes San Francisco.
Okay, I remember. Actually, Alan Tudyk does this guy's voice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Alan Tudyk, best known as King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh my! Oh god!
So that's the thing.
Not necessarily like when you look at this guy's design, you don't think King Candy. Oh my!
So I want to point out Alan Tudyk is a versatile actor. That guy, so he could do good in this. Again, if I'm thinking if that character is indeed our bad guy, so I'm assuming he is.
I'm assuming based on the trailer, unless the trailer's.
Well, I mean, I'm matching a name to the cool guy we saw in the trailer. We didn't get a name on that guy. It's either Professor something or this yokai fellow who sounds more like.
Well, the guy. No, I'm telling you, the kabuki mask guy in the trailer is yokai.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Alan Tudyk's gonna be our bad guy, which could be really awesome.
Yeah.
So the point is, just this guy in a kabuki mask using micro, like almost nanobots, pretty much to attack him. We see. I love how we see the battle damage on Max here. He has mind you, Max is like basically a giant walking airbag with robotics.
It's a brilliant conceit.
It is, and actually I have some background on that in a second, but. Essentially, he has these holes and he's leaking air. He's trying to patch himself.
Oh,
and
I
uses
love
tape
this
on the
scene. This just cracked me up.
I love the timing on it because they take time to he puffs the thing up so you can see where the air is coming out. He takes the tape and on the third strip of tape, pull up the third hole. The cop just slides it over to him. It's
that's my favorite detail. The cop's just
here you go.
There you
go. which I love even the detail the air is coming out of the other side too.
Right.
which is funny. And then essentially, the cop doesn't believe. It's more like a teaser. This trailer, pretty much. And essentially, the cop is
a teaser, but we definitely get a lot more than the first one.
We're definitely getting more. It looks promising. Essentially, the cop says, "Okay, kid. Now, what?" It's not so much the cop's skeptical as he's looking at the giant walking airbag here, but it's more so. It's like he looks at the microcircuitry, and he lives in a place called San Francisco, so I'm assuming this stuff is the technologies.
Sure, yeah.
But it's just the applications what's odd to him. Like a guy in a kabuki mask using this technology is what's odd to him, I guess. So essentially, he says, "Okay, look, let me write your parents' phone number down here, and we'll call them down here. What do you think?" And then the kid's out there with the tape.
Yeah, the tape dispenser. Also, you forgot to bring up one of the best lines, which is. During the flashback, Hero's just yelling at Baymax, and he's just like, "Go, go, go!" And Baymax is just like, "I am not fast."
Oh yeah, we shouldn't be. Baymax does have a voice. So.
I am not fast.
Which is funny. Yeah,
I just have a feeling that Baymax is essentially going to be the Olaf of this year. I really do.
I would also second that. I think he's gonna have few lines of dialogue, but when he does, it's gonna be funny.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, and I think everyone's kind of worried that they're kind of overexposing him in the trailers. But
I'm thinking, well, again, if hopefully we get 6 years, that won't be a problem. But I think
yeah, exactly. I think it's all for marketing purposes, just like it was for Olaf. We all know what happened with Olaf. We all were basically ready to go in with torches and pitchforks against Olaf. And I think even the most adamant people against Frozen still like Olaf.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
Yeah, and I think they're going for like an Iron Giant dynamic with him and the kid. So I think when he does speak, he's gonna have.
Absolutely. I can
So I
see
think
that. For
like Iron Giant doesn't speak much. When he does speak, it's cool. So I think that's what they're gonna do with him.
sure.
Oh yeah, rock.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's what they're. I think that's what they're gonna go with. And something to mention about the airbag idea is that it's really interesting. They've done research here. They went to a Carnegie Mellon. That's what I was thinking of. They went to this college, the Carnegie Mellon University, I think.
Yeah.
And, there's actually research in this. Essentially, it's called soft robotics, and it's actually a thing that's going on right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because remember, at the end of this trailer, we see like clips of like some action beats going on, like some wacky driving with our kids in the car, and we see T.J. Miller as actually his character's name is
Fred.
Yeah, Fred. Fred, that's it. Yeah, you're right. As Fred.
You want to talk about his character? At least in the comic, his character's unique trait.
Sure. So yeah, we'll kind of go through the kids' powers real quick. So anyway, Fred actually has a really cool power, which is especially paired with T.J. Miller's voice should be entertaining. If they, again, for all we know, they might not go with any of these, but I'd say it's a big missed opportunity if they don't even try to go with some of these cool powers.
Yeah.
In the comic, he has this thing called a kaiju aura, which I've seen in the X-Men actually. Another character in the X-Men is able to do this. I'm not saying this kid was in the X-Men. There's a little girl named Tildy who can do this exact same thing. He produces a kaiju aura, which means it's an energy monster that's the size of Godzilla. Which is cool. Again, I love I think this film overall, especially from this trailer, will be a very stunning and fun film. Stunning visually and really fun film.
It definitely feels fun. Yeah, I mean that's really the vibe I'm going with. I'm getting kind of like a Wreck-It Ralph vibe more than a Frozen vibe.
That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah. But
I think it's more so going to be. I'm just saying, looking at the idea of mixing San Francisco with Tokyo is such a brilliant.
It's genius. It's something out of Imagineering Crazy Land.
And I think it's gonna look really good. So I think it's gonna be really visually cool looking.
Yeah, I hear you.
Anyway, so Fred can turn into a giant kaiju monster,
which is awesome.
Or at least not turn into it. He projects it around himself. So yeah,
it's kind of like a Patronus in Harry Potter, a little bit, kind of the same concept.
Anyway, so some of the again, none of this is confirmed for the others' power sets, but again, could be cool if they did do this, or at least did something close to it.
Sure.
Because they all have cool powers, I gotta say, at least from the descriptions. Again, I know very little about these guys. I'm just going off of what research. There's a character called Wasabi who's going to be voiced by Damon Wayans Jr., one of the Wayans brothers. The one who's going to be in the new movie coming out called Let's Be Cops.
Oh, God. Oh, my.
Essentially, this guy, he's a... I noticed, actually, with all of these characters, there's an energy theme. So with the exception of Hero and Baymax, all of them have an energy theme. Mm-hmm. So again, Fred can project an aura. Wasabi is a swordsman who he favors swordsman weapons and accuracy and so forth. But he can also create energy swords. So again, a little bit of energy there.
I think that's really cool.
I think just from description alone, from design also, it looks like this character called Go-Go Tamago.
You gotta love that name.
Oh yeah. Well, I love her name too, Go-Go, because and if I'm not mistaken, I would assume she's our driver because her whole shtick is that she's a motorcyclist and race car driver.
Right.
And I would hope they kind of go for like sort of a speed racer vibe a little bit.
God. Oh hell yes.
Could be cool. And also her other thing in terms of energy, I guess not all the characters are energy based, but she wears a suit where she can turn herself into basically a ball of energy that explodes.
Okay, interesting.
Then there's this character who pretty much has the powers of Felix the Cat.
Oh my.
Her name is Honey Lemon.
Felix the Cat? Really?
Seriously, her powers...
Really?
Tiki, I'm serious. Her power is like Felix the Cat. Her name is Honey Lemon, and she has a magical purse, or at least a science or magic, they haven't said. She has a purse, and this is in the comics, mind, so I don't know if they're going to do it there or not. She has a dimensional purse, so she can... go to other dimensions. She can go to other dimensions in that purse, or store an infinite amount.
Connection.
Store an infinite amount of items within her purse, essentially.
Wow! I must say, I'm impressed by the Felix comparison. BlueDragonFive, nicely done.
So, what I'm saying with this character, I mean, to me that sounds like a cool idea. Again, I'm not a real big Felix the Cat fan, but I like that conceived. Just let anything in your bag. It sounds pretty neat.
Right,
and,
right.
If they adapt that somehow, I'm going to be impressed. They're probably just going to use the dimensional aspect somehow, like she can teleport or something. But hopefully
Yeah,
they
I
incorporate.
hope they do it through the purse because I
Yeah,
think that'd be a really cool character thing. You know,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'd be really distinct.
Yeah, I love my gadget. And that'd be a pretty cool
Oh
gadget.
yeah,
to
of
have.
course.
So I should mention, I guess our hero, our lead hero for this thing will be
Hiro Nakamura. No.
no, close though. Hiro Hamada.
Yeah.
Hiro Hamada is a kid who pretty much he's like a super intelligent kid, and he's a hero in his own right in that he builds a lot of stuff and he upgrades.
I kind of get like a Dexter vibe off of him a little bit.
I don't think he's killing people, Tiki.
You know what I mean.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey. Hey, take it easy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, there's literally a character who's a lot like Hero, who is actually his name is also Hero, which is funny. All the smart inventor kids are named Hero, pretty much.
When you say a lot like Hero, do you mean like a lot like Hero from Heroes? Or
No, not so many heroes, but no, not that hero. There's a character. There's a character in DC who is the second Toy Man, who's a kid, and his name's Hero, and he's an Asian kid who builds a lot of stuff, and he's basically a heroic version of Toy Man who builds stuff. He's a kid.
Okay.
He's a 12-year-old kid. Actually, a 13-year-old kid, as this kid is also. So a lot of similarities there. And from this kid's background, actually, this kid, in this film, it looks like his brother invented Max, and his brother's not around anymore. I presume dead. I presume his brother might be alive. So I know that
I don't think he's dead.
I think the parents are dead though. In the comics, the parents are dead.
Okay.
So and here we see it's been credited that his aunt's going to be in the movie. So that lady we saw at the end of the trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
So that lady's his aunt. So presumably his parents are dead. So make kind of that line the cop says a little sad.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm thinking that because again, the comics pass away in here only an aunt. So I'm assuming, yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Anyway, so his brother made the robot in this version. The original version, his father made the robot.
Okay.
So, and the original version with Baymax and the comics, it's a little more of a deeper relationship. It's a really neat idea, actually. It's that his father built Baymax, and essentially he's programmed to be the kid's butler and bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really neat, and again, I don't know if they're going to do this. They might do this with the brother instead of the father, but the idea is that Baymax shares the thoughts and brainwaves of the deceased member, being the father.
Oh my! Ooh.
So. Again, in the comics, basically, so in the comics, essentially, after the father's passing, or because the father passed during something, yeah.
So it's like Jack frickin' Frost.
Well, it's more. No, it's like
it's
a little more innocent than that. Basically, it just shares like it's not the brain exactly. It's more so like the emotions of the father would come through. So it's like he has a protective instinct for the kid, like the father would.
Oh, okay, I got it.
So like he says, being a butler and so forth, and bodyguard usually, he basically protects the kid from stuff. And then I should mention, in the comics, he's far different than he appears here.
Oh, sure.
He gets upgraded and stuff, and basically he can morph into either a dragon monster or, well, the other version, which I'm sure they're getting for this film, a mech, like a robot it's a white robot that looks similar to our guy here. I'm just saying the white robot form is closest to what we got here, so that's probably where they got it from.
Right.
At least the look, without the airbag technology. That's all to the film's credit.
Sure.
But anyway, so I was interested to see that the guy is a little more, seeing a little more of the robotics things, where he gets a low battery and he's deflated.
Oh, I love that. I love that bit because it's basically just like it implies that a low battery implies like drunkenness.
Oh yeah, I remember like in the little teaser that you saw, you heard a little. You heard.
We jumped off a building.
I like how in the teaser.
I just love it. How can you not love that?
I love it. In the teaser trailer, you heard like little clicking motion of the eyes as they were closing and moving around. So that was the only robotics we got, but I like how they're exploring that a little more, and you hear like the airbag motion filling his head.
I think it's a really cool conceit. I think Disney could do a lot of stuff with it. It's really, just this idea of this creature who's essentially like controlled through air. It's fascinating, frankly, and I think Disney could do a lot with it. I think it's really gonna push their animation character-wise. I'm excited.
But I also love the conceit that he also has like these armor, and they've mentioned this too in like the design aspect, that they're animating a character that basically has this really cool armor on, but on the inside is this little airbag guy we all like.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that's such a cool conceit. And again, when that teaser, that sold me before the armor popped off in comedic fashion. I was thinking, oh man, that's such a cool idea, and luckily they're going forward with that idea.
Yeah, it should be fun.
I'm really excited to see it. Again, visually, this film is really winning me over so far.
Yeah.
And again, my biggest hope is that each of these characters are at least heroic counterparts.
I gotta say, like, it's not winning me over animation-wise as much as something like How to Train Your Dragon 2's trailers were, because, let's face it, I think it's going to be a long time before we see a movie that measures up to that level of animation. Like, it's just the new watermark.
Well, I mean, do you mean 2 or 1 of How to Train Your Dragon? Oh yeah, 2 is going to be tough.
Specifically 2.
Well, I mean, 2 changed the game because now they're using motion capture in the animation.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
However, this film might surprise us though.
No, I'm definitely optimistic.
I mean, that airbag animation looks amazing to me.
No, that's the thing I'm most excited about, because it's just such an original conceit. I feel like it's something that Disney is like a pro at pulling off a character like that. And so,
well, actually, I should mention, they've established this in the film about Baymax.
Mm-hmm.
So in the film version of this character, again, original version is kind of like he's like a bodyguard and a butler, which I still think is a neat notion for the kid, and they might still go with that. But
you love your butlers.
I enjoy a good butler. Not that you're suggesting I am, but I enjoy a good butler.
I've been known to enjoy a good butler from time to time.
But anyways, they said that the brother designed this character as a hospital care robot.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So I don't know exactly where they're going to go with that. And again, maybe the hospital care robot kind of turns like a friend to the kid in the bodyguard, and then the kid upgrades him.
Oh man! Oh,
so they might go with
interesting stuff going on.
And again, whether or not the brother's emotions are going to be infused in the robot in place of the father, I don't know.
Sure.
I'm saying that's an interesting conceit that you like the emotions are
I have
infused
seen
into the
freeze frames of the brother, but I am not sure if they're going to be in flashback or not.
True. So we don't know.
It could very well be that he dies. I don't want to say one way or another.
I know this. I haven't seen him cast in. Then again, of course, you're gonna have to cast someone if they even do have a flashback. I haven't seen anyone cast for the brother yet.
Okay, that's true.
We don't know.
There's just one little last thing I want to mention, because we were kind of joking about this before we went on air. That one little shot we see of assuming it's all the Big Hero 6 driving in the car, and
yes,
and then we get T.J. Miller's Fred, and I swear to God, he's basically just playing tough nuts.
Yes, I heard. I didn't have to think for a second recognizing who that was.
I know. And his line is just like, they're being chased, and his line is just like, how cool is that? I mean, it's scary, obviously, but how cool? This is just such a tough nut thing to say that, like, I pretty much believe that tough nut essentially said something word for word, pretty much paraphrasing that in the pilot episode of Dragons Riders of Berk. So I'm not criticizing it. I think it's kind of awesome. I think it's basically like, I don't know. It should be fun. All these characters are really interesting. They're vivid. I think the question is, how much are we going to get to see the supporting characters that haven't really been fleshed out much in the trailers? My theory, I think, is that Baymax is going to be, like I said, it's going to be the Olaf. They're pushing him down our throats a little bit in the marketing, specifically because it's such a goddamn good idea and it's so marketable, so why wouldn't they?
But also, ideally, it'll be a little bit of misdirection. He'll be in there, definitely. There might be more cool stuff along with him.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, that's exactly what they did with Frozen. Frozen advertising was all about Olaf, And then, as we saw in the movie, Olaf was a part of the movie, but he wasn't the main character. He wasn't even like one of the main supporting characters.
And he was far better than he was in the trailer. So that's
oh yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, again, my overall hope for this thing, I'm all for it regardless. But the biggest thing I'd be a little disappointed if we don't get 6 heroes in there. I mean, actual like costumed or powered heroes fighting alongside you. You said they're.
I don't necessarily think we need to see costumes per se.
I mean,
definitely the powers.
Exactly. I mean, when I say costumes, it's an instinctual thing to say.
Yeah.
The point is, I want to see 6 people fighting crime and using some sort of crime-fighting ability.
I think we're going to get that at some point. The question is how much development are each of the 6 going to get?
Exactly. So I'm saying, like, again, what I pretty much mentioned, if you look at just looking at some of the images of these guys, again, these are based on the comic book images, with the exception of, like, your swordsman, like Wasabi, and the other one in the suit of armor, the driver, pretty much they're not really in costume. They're just kind of regular get-up.
Yeah.
Like your Fred, your Honey Lemon, and Hero, they're pretty much... They're pretty much just kind of one of the behind-the-scenes type here. Well, exception for Fred, though.
Oh, God.
The point is, I just want 6 heroes.
Fred, you got to give Fred credit, because he's just a Viking, and he's got to fit in, so, of course he's got to do the hippie get-up. I mean, because it's got to be Tough Nut, right? It's the same damn character.
My point is, I mean, if it's just like the 5 kids help with the one mascot hero, I mean, that's one thing.
That'd be really annoying, and I'd hate it.
Well, no, let me finish. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's going to be a little just kind of more formulaic, if anything, the 6 kids help save the day along with the robot, being heroes, being a group of 6 heroes. I mean, if they make them good enough and they do storytelling well enough, that could be good. But I think they're going to do the smart thing. And that would be actually 6 heroes that are banding together, kind of doing an Avengers situation. And Avengers literally has 6 heroes on it.
Yeah.
So, ideally, that's what they're going.
Speaking of which, we are just days away from Comic-Con, my friend. It's getting ever so close. Oh, man.
So, again, ideally, we're going to get... I just want simply 6 heroes, and I'm interested to see what the villain's very mysterious and cool looking.
Yeah, for sure.
Behind a kabuki mask with the microcircuitry. That's really neat.
Yeah. And I guess my big hope with this movie is, I just want it to be fun. I want it to be, I want it to have some heart to it. I don't want it to just be like a big action adventure ride with absolutely no substance. And I think they're going to do that, because I think with the characters, there's really some big ideas at play here. At least if they tackle the source material, right?
Actually, speaking of that, one thing to mention before we kind of get to revving up here, just an idea I want to kind of. A prediction, perhaps. But if we're going to parallel our heroes and our villains here, literally our heroes, given the hero I presume will be the guy that bands everyone together, at least our main guy.
Right.
Heroes obviously into technology, because in both versions he upgrades Baymax and he's his pal, and he's the tech guy. He's super smart. And the hero and our bad guy's using technology, so I assume there's going to be some sort of parallel there. This guy's using technology for evil, our guy's improving. Hero is improving technology, and he's kind of going for like a betterment of humanity. So maybe there's going to be a bit of a parallel there.
Okay, interesting.
I don't have much to work with there, but I'm just kind of. And again, kind of just look visually at this. Big robotic guy is the good guy. A lot of tiny little evil robots, bad guy. So there's a little bit of a topsy-turvy.
Very true.
Even the little ones are black. The big ones are white. I'm just saying, like an opposites thing, literally going on there.
All right. Well, is that pretty much all we have to say for this? I mean, I think it's safe to say you and me can both agree. As far as a second teaser is concerned, I think it does a good job at whetting the appetite without still revealing too much about it, and I think that's really important with marketing. I'm kind of worried that they're leaving out too many of the main cast, but I feel like there might be a strategy for that, and I feel like this movie's going to surprise us. I just have a hunch.
I'm just betting that it's going to be a good film, and I'm just kind of curious. If I just had like some sort of guarantee that we're going to get more of those heroes, I'd be far more. But again, they could just be misdirecting us. So regardless, it's a good film. Question of how good. I put my faith in Frozen. I'm going to put my faith in this. So.
Oh God. And Frozen after those Olaf ads, it was hard to put our faith in, but it happened. regardless, and look what came out of it. So, all right. So this has been another good discussion. You know, lots of interesting possibilities with this movie. So stay tuned, and we'll have more to talk about, especially in the wake of Comic-Con. Yeah. See you later, guys.
See ya.